Hello and welcome to another dramatic reading by me on Zone 84. As promised earlier this week, here we are with chapter 32 of Super Sentai vs Power Rangers. I was supposed to try and gather some people to do the additional lines with, but I figured I ran out of time to actually look at the auditions I was sent in, so I decided I might as well do them myself. It's a lot less stress it's that way. Anyway, this is considered to be worst chapter in the fic by at least 2 other reviewers. Will it live up to that? Let's find out. Chapter 32, another guy appears. That's guy as in G-A-I, not guy as in a normal dude. At the United Lines of Evil headquarters, Radigo is getting some unlikely audience. But how does that mean? With Basco, whom he had forced to work with him. They were both seated at a table where Radigo offered him some red wine on music The Devil's Trill played on the background. In the background. Also, what is the author's obsession with The Devil's Trill? It's not even a fairly well-known piece of music. So, Basco, what would you be if you'd be working for Europe's Emperor now? And that is exactly how the author wrote it down. I was not stumbling my words at all. You'd be paid well now that I'm controlling a portion of this world's economy and can kill all the prisoners you wanted payment, said Varigay. I found this whole idea of teaming up boring. After all, we do have our own motives. Besides, you're just wasting my time. I'd rather do my own work. If you excuse me, I'd rather find a better paying job than this, said Basco. Holy shit, somebody actually acknowledged that this whole villain team-up is improbable. Oh? You miserable excuse for a hunter. You offer your services, now you turn around. I thought you were forcing him to work for you. Now I'll show you a thing or two, said Relegay. Relegay used his powers to age Basco faster. He's the hourglass now. Shut up. Oh, sire, I get it. Oh, sire, I get it. I obey you, sire, said Basco grumblingly. Relegay automatically brought him back to his normal age, not without giving him another fist and electric shock. Now you said, Bab, there's one young man we can use. Who could that be, said Relegay. By the way, I don't tolerate grumbling here, ask yours. His name is Guy Akari, known as Gokai Silver, said Basco. He was a friend of the Gokaiders. Ah, interesting, said Relegay. As said, now I've heard you're a game master. Basco isn't really a game master, so actually is a bit of a trickster. Do find a way to get my plan going to gather certain Super Sentai and Power Rangers together. Be a blast of arson evil with what I planned for them. An arena to their death. But first develop a plan to lure them to their death. Transer, Long, you do help him out and out. Now, so you're not confident in your new man, aren't you? Said Transer, laughing. Don't question me, Transer. Just help him with the schemes. Eames, I personally like to see this corruption done, said Bergaffrey, splashing his wine on Transer's face and firing an energy shot. What if a sudden tense change? Man, to think that me and Radigay never die. And also, no, Radigay did die. He was recently resurrected in a normal human body. I had to think of my long-term plans to overthrow him and take over myself, said Long. At the new Skybase, Guy was a Begokaitis. This is Guy Yuki, by the way, not Guy Akari, confusingly. There's also a new recruit named Eric from Power Rangers Time Force. That's a bit of a long name. Well, I guess I have another mission now, said Eric. I was simply on duty. In fact, I was freaked out when a ghost appeared to me. His name was Naoto Takizawa and telling me I'd be fighting in his place. Hey, flashback in brackets. Eric was simply chasing ordinary criminals from the scene with Wes Collins just by fighting in the Power Rangers year 2005. A ghost appeared with the spirit of Naoto. Greetings, Eric. I am Naoto Takizawa, your counterpart from another universe, said Naoto, who appeared in spectral form. As if a ghost can appear in any other form. Eric was fearless, temporarily cowed in fear at the sight, speechless. Rather contradictory there. Eric, what's the matter with you? It's like you saw a ghost, said Wes. Okay, I cannot do Wes's voice anymore when I can do Spike's voice, but thankfully his dialogue in this whole fic is limited. I did see a ghost, said Eric. The portal opened to receive Eric, who's at his most badass. What? How does that mean? To be delivered to the Super Sentai universe. Last heard was a scream between friends. Eric! Shouted Wes at the top of his lungs. End of flashback. Well, I did get a visit from a ghost too named Burai, said Tommy. He's dead now though, but I wish to meet him back in time. He's a ghost. Did you expect him to be alive? And so did Trini, but it wasn't her counterpart, despite what the author has been indictedly saying. I think that somebody named Guy Akari is sewing up. The Deputy Commander Guy. Surely he knows who Guy Akari is. He was gone for some time, but Gokai just managed to contact him. We should try to secure his arrival before the United Alliance of Evil decides to grab him. Might as well try to act with the other guy. So might be make contact, and we'll be joining with soon, said Deputy Commander Guy. The answer is going more and more subtle as of his time. Pretty sure the author does not know the meaning of subtle if he read the dictionary. Good move, sir, said Tommy. Meanwhile, Guy Akari was getting excited to see his friends again. He's now a successful writer of adventure stories. Bit of a weird life pivot. I never forget fighting across time and eating a lot of stupid Sentai. I wonder how they are now, said Guy Akari. As Guy Akari was trying to walk along, he was suddenly met by an old enemy, Basco. Basco! It can't be, said Guy Akari, frightened. Yes, indeed it's me, Guy Akari, said Basco. Guy Akari positioned himself to morph into Gokai Silver, but he was very easily countered by Tranza and Long. You'll become part of us, said Tranza, and in no time our new Aberry Killer. Okay, that's easy enough, just give him the Aberry Killer Ranger Key and then brainwash him, but somehow with something tells me this fic will not go with that simple route. What? No! Said Guy Gokai Silver. I thought they stopped him morphing. And also, I'd like to point out that a lot of it is that Guy's dialogue in all caps for some reason. As he tried to fight, he was easily overpowered by Basco's combination blast with Long and Tranza that he reverted back to Guy Akari. No! I'm done for, said Guy Akari. You'll be joining us soon, said Tranza. Then Deputy Commander Guy appeared. Black Condor, long time no see, said Tranza. You aged pretty well, haven't you? Let that boy go, said Deputy Commander Guy. Transformed into Black Condor, drawing his bringer sword to fight, beating the Greenhams and Vinci's in a quick blow. Apparently it's suicidal. As you see, try fighting us and we'll kill the boy. Oi. Long hasn't thought through his whole plan, has he? Said Long. Don't even bother calling for help. What? Said Black Condor to Guy Akari being held. If you want him back, get him back. We'll be playing a maze of deception, said Basco. It's a very fun game to play with. Had to be played, not there's no with necessary. And here's the map to the game's location. If you get to him, we'll let him go. If not, he'll die. Ha ha ha! And there's a reaction clip I planned to put in here, so I'll just leave a mark for myself to put it in.
His life is now in my hands. If you decline my request, then he dies.
In fact, you might as well let some of the extra Rangers compete. Say Mikoto and Tommy for a start to Tranza. Not the mainline Rangers, you hear me? Extra Rangers for a raise. The bad guys disappeared with Guy Akari. Black Condor was pretty upset. At the new Skybase, Deputy Commander Guy was angry. He was tended to by Ako Hayasaka Yuki and his son Joe Yuki. Guess we're in deep doo-doo, said Deputy Commander Guy. The author really does no idea how to set the no idea what tone is, does he? Otherwise he wouldn't use phrases like deep doo-doo. So we've got to play, but we got to play this maze. At least Mikoto and Tommy have to be there. What could be going on? Stupidity. That's what's going on. Mikoto and Tommy were perplexed. Both enforced their evil days for some reason. What if it's all a scheme to use them both to turn Guy Akari to an evil ranger? I am not sure how that would work. Even if it's a trap, it's a chance we'll take, said Tommy. I would take my vengeance on the United Alliance of Evil, said Mikoto. Wait, I think I should go with you to that maze, said Eric. Maybe it should be time to take Justin too, said Tommy. Justin Stewart entered the room. Oh, now you get his name right. You got it wrong in the first chapter. Time for me to use my new powers too. Other extra Rangers came in, namely Go, Ken Hisatsu, two characters that are not considered extra Rangers, though they do. They are late additions, but they probably don't fit in with the rest of this group. Eiji, Tetsu, Hikaru, Cameron, Shirogane, Genta, and that's all right. The Go on Wings, Hiruto and Miyu. And this is not the last time he misspells Hiroto, but it's probably one of the few times he spells Mew correctly. Also, there's quite a few names missing from that list. It's namely Genta. No, Genta is on that, never mind. He's missing Gosei Knight for one. On how the hell did he not count him? No, and considering that he's including characters from post scouring Time Ranger only. Where the hell are Deca Master, Deca Swan, on the Magi Parents, and Zuban? Surely they should be included. We'll help too, said Shirogane. We do what we can to save Gayakari. What about us? Said Captain Marvel. He was our comrade. We'll play by the villain's rules for now, said Guy. Saving the other guy is of great importance. Thinking about to start the deadly maze now. You out some weird dimension. Gayakari is being tied down. Tense. Learn to use it. Yo, this game would be easy. If they can't save you, you'll be converted into a virus, said Tranta. Vasco's placed so many traps here. There's no way that the extra rangers will find you. They will, said Gayagari. I'd like to see that, said Vasco. Now it's time to send a message with a bang. They spent some Gorman and began attacking the city, giving a clue that the game is about to start. A broadcast was sent. Listen, United Super Sentai and Power Rangers Alliance. The game has just begun, but you have to pass the scuds I placed around the city. What the hell are scuds? I have to look that up now. Curse you, author. Oh, are Mikoto and Tommy there? Ha ha. Now let's see this, said Basco. How the hell would he see this, considering this is a live broadcast? Scud is a term for an amphipoda, an order of malacostracan crustaceans with no calibers, generally with laterally compressed bodies. So, basically, yeah, they're basically just it's a type of insect fishy, so not what the author seems to think they are. Let's carry on. Tommy, I trust you can lead them through, said Deputy Commander Guy. I won't show up until help is needed. Why not? Why wouldn't help be needed immediately? I mean, this should be an all-hands-on-deck situation, even if you are following the villain's rules arbitrarily. If need be, Doggy Cougar may need to launch the Deca-based Robo, or the Go Kite can use their copy mecha. What copy mecha would that be? Would that be the Ranger Key Robo from the toy line? That lets you pilot a past mecha by inserting the Ranger Key for the series it comes from. That seems a bit of a stretch. Yes, sir, Tommy. Now I must be in my Green Ranger mode. Why? Hi, it's not like you're being forced to be there. Sensei Bamba, I hope your teachings will guide me through, said Tommy. On that note, we're bringing in everybody who joined the team late. Why isn't Bamba part of the group? Power Rangers Samurai all appeared carrying battle signs. What battle signs? Well then, good luck guys, said Jaden. Now the extra Rangers led by Tommy there. Several Gormans, Greenhams and Vincis have been causing trouble around the city. Also, why Gorman in particular? Wouldn't regular Gormans make more sense? They were the main mucks. The Gormans were blue-armed ones, which only had 3 at a time. Alright, it's henshin time, said Tommy. That's not any cooler now than it was the previous 2 times, I'm sorry. In an instant, Tommy's team began to lead a great army of spandex warriors. Flying Rangers just following on after him. He was in Green Ranger form. Now Green Ranger were White Ranger 2, Quantum Ranger, Gal Silver, Samurai Ranger, Aberray Killer, Go on Gold, Go on Silver, and Shinken Gold. So I guess Hikaru, AG, Go, and Ken decided to hang back. They began to clear the city of the scuds. Again, that's not what a scud is. That takes care of them. Man, I'm good, said Aberray Killer. Don't get too full of yourself, said Sam Ranger. It's in easily over, said Green Ranger. Look, a portal has just opened, and we're in for the worst, said Aberray Killer. Outside Basco and his pet gorilla, Sally. I've seen many classifications of Sally. Gorilla is not one of them. Well done. Looks like the deal is set. This maze will never be easy to defeat, said Basco. Implying you're going to cheat like hell and they shouldn't follow along with it, but rules are simple. If you can finish the maze within 2 hours, you can free Gayakari. If not, he'll die. And now to give myself another place to
His life is now in my hands. If you decline my request, then he dies.
Okay, now to find my place again. What? Said Shinken Gold? That's so not fair. Oh, now he shows up. Adios, said Basco. Unknown to them, Trini was taking pictures and recording the whole event. Jason was on the other hand, so he's glued to her other hand, upset about her leaving out prison. Trini, answer me! Where are you? Asked Jason. Jason, there's no time to argue. I discovered something, said Trini. But when I guess Bat does Bat. This Virgin may be easy to find about weird portal goes, said Tree as he rode back in her motorcycle. What weird portal? Oh, okay. A one that Tommy mentioned before that we never actually saw opening. In great writing there, really. At the new Skybase, Jason was kind of upset with Trini running off like that. Boy, I wonder why she's become so independent-minded to Jason. But the author can't write Trini if he actually read her entry in the production Bible for Mighty Morphin. I'll go and try get her, said Kimberly. Beyond tried to swap places. Permission granted, said Jason. Now she needs Jason's permission to do anything. In an instant, they were taken to a place with multiple doors, up and down, which is similar to a Vilox interiors. Meanwhile, matched with the wide open space with no actual doors, or of any kind. This place is freaky, said Quantum Major. Never seen anything like this. He's got me there. Eric actually missed on that mirror episode of Time Force. When a voice was heard, it was again Basco. Must all split ways. Only one must reach Gaia Kai. Said Basco. What the? No, said White Ranger 2. Don't worry, Justin, we'll get out of this, said Green Ranger. Alright, let's split up and see what we can find. However, one room after the other, they were all trapped in a series of tricks, laws, and not to mention spirits of its dead viral monsters. And we do not get to see a single lick of this. Worse, their communicators were cut off. Kimberly was sucked into a maze by accident. How the hell does that happen? And surely this portal would suck up anyone who stood next to it, and Kimberly would have to be blind not to notice it. This place is crazy indeed, said Kimberly. The steps went upside down, there was nobody there. She reminded of a time when Blue Bloom trapped her and she didn't have any friends. Well, she did have friends, she just ruined her relationship with them temporarily. As Benji fell into a trapdoor. Where would it have taken her? We're about to find out in a few paragraphs. Our major control room, Trans is now ready to prepare his actions. Well then, now we're divided, now let's conquer them, said Transer. I couldn't agree more, said Long, but I think Tommy and Mikoto are who we need. Once they're gone missing, Gaikai will become an evil ranger. What the hell is your logic behind that? I'm not so sure about that, said Basco. But it would be fun to see him perish. You'll never get away with this, said Gaiakari. Oh, I will, said Basco. May all find out their tricks. I'm blowing off the whole joint. Meanwhile, it's become very fighting of the Go on Wings, forced to fight apart. Okay, time to continue, and the Go on Wings into fighting to be forced to fight apart. Each Bungo was simply getting worried they could not be united to fight as sibling forces. Getting back a mild thing because they were shown to be pretty dependent on each other in one episode where they tried fighting apart. Do you think they would have grown out of that by now? Now, Shinken Gold is seen fighting in the air, filled with phantoms. We can't see him, it's a text only fic. Whoa, I can't believe I can't hit them, said Shinken Gold. Another part has Quantum Major trying to communicate with Naoto Takazawa's ghost. Now, Aoto, I hope you can help me now, said Eric. Now a plan is about to be launched for Abe Killer and Green Ranger. On one part of the maze, Abe Killer was trying to figure out which door was which. Green Ranger's caught fighting some apparitions of Dora monsters. Why Dora monsters in particular? It didn't work, said Green Ranger. These monsters can hit but can't be hit. On the other side, Abe Killer was losing his cool while beating up Bama Hay. It's Bamiya Hay. And you could translate Hay as soldiers, alright? Why can't I figure out which door, said Abe Killer, angry and blasting everything around him. Blasting with what? He has a sword. Meanwhile, at the new Skybase, Billy and Ryan were trying to figure out the location of Maze just in case they need to break through. Hold to whip him with Sam. Trini began to upload the footage, where we did have a little bit of an argument with Jason for straying off earlier. Trini, you can't just leave like that to Jason. You know we're a team. I had to call you back. Man, you're in big trouble. Hopefully you're not going to send her to the detention center. Kimberly may have gone missing looking for you. We need to get back Paul analyzed but expected to win. Who knows who could have been caught there, said Trini. Well, enough talk. Trini, may I borrow your camera? Asked Manu. Oh, sure, said Trini. Apparently the maze is some pocket dimension, said Billy after analyzing the footage. I had to pity Mikoto. He's pretty rash time, even if he gave up being a villain, said Ranru. He was acting to be in front of the evil Orion god Desmozolia along with other villains. Wow, I'm amazed to find out this guy managed to correctly spell Desmozolia. earlier. Wait, Tommy was once in the mind control and became a villain. You know, I'm trying to dream of a comical guy who wears a suit identical to mine, said Billy. Okay, wait, I said ding that because as Mikoto wasn't under Desmo Zoria's influence. He had his power, yes, but it had no influence on him at all. It just meant he could do anything he wanted, which made him bored enough to become a villain. And he wasn't brainwashed or anything. Let's not think too much about that. What if I try to turn both evil and... Oh, what if Gaia Kai said mine? What if my instincts tell me... He said, would you mind doing a handstand, said Hoti? Might help me clear my computations. How? And right now, calling Akira trying to pinpoint the coordinates. That's to be pinpoint. Trini, I thank you for giving me reliable footage. Thanks, Hoti, said Trini, but I have to admit it's despicable to force our men to play a dangerous game like that. I expect that it's all foul play. Send in a headstand, starting to see the reality. We're confused, bird decorating usual narration whenever Sen does his thinking pose, which is standing on his hands upside down, he gets some kind of insights. Right, so it's not him seeing a reality, so dingy ding ding. He saw Gaia Kai and some punk mentioned, gave it a trap and a bomb to kill them all, said Sen. Here's what I also see. Apparently somebody did research on Tommy and figured out he used to be evil for a short time. How the hell did they do that research? I'd ask if Mesogog was not one of the villains, they probably asked him. Mikoto has greater amounts of evil though. Okay, I'm not going to call that favoritism because Mikoto was actually evil for a time and for had a much longer villain period than Tommy did. Whoa, Jody, now we've found the location. If anything goes wrong with Barden, stop that clown of danger. Who that clown of danger? And Gokai just to barge in. That's right, we'll have to kill Basco again and again if we have to, said Captain Marvis. Maybe he survived. Last I knew he was sucked into a time hole before we got back to the usual time, finished the battle of planet Delta so Earth's time can be normalized, said Luca. So in his timeline, Vasco survived his final battle was marvelous and you never went looking for him? Then he survived, said Joker. But it's too bad the director Aya wouldn't allow us to rescue Gaia Kai except for backup. No, it was Guy who refused to do that. I'm digging you from not remembering your own internal continuity. We can't Gokai change to other Sentai anymore, said Captain Mouse. Remember what we did? Release the powers back after the war was over to normalize the time. Only we who normalized it remember the war across time. So you mean you're able to use other Sentai powers, Ben, said Deputy Commander Guy. We deleted your mind of the legend more so history books would stay as is, and Gaia Kai met you in the past. Okay, so it still happened, so you didn't erase it when you were much younger. When our random time battles ended, we forgot about him and other longer but people of their time. Talk about Men in Black's memory wipe system, said Doc. That seems like a random reference to me, even if it is relevant. Tough her, said Deputy Commander Guy. I wonder if the same will happen to a Power Ranger and all this is over. You mean they'll forget all about this? If it means Cole forgetting about Sakura and getting on with his life, good. Cole and Akira returned with Hoji's tracing device. I believe we have the coordinates, but right now it's just for heroes, said Akira. Oh yeah, wait, Kimberly Hart hasn't returned? Didn't she say she had errands to do, said Hoji? No, what if the team fight? What if she was ambushed? Back to Maze, Don Mikoto found himself teleported into the control room where Guy Ikari is. Okay. And lost my place. Did we win? Asked Tommy. Nope, said Tranza. As you know, I was able to find out you had done some pretty rotten things yourself, and so did Mikoto. Why, you arrogant piece of worm! That's the most colourfully bizarre insult I've ever seen, said Mikoto, clenching his fist, ready to punch Tranza, but Tranza was too powerful. As you know, your pals are caught in the maze, only to walk to their deaths, said Long. As you know, we're about to convert you two into our followers as well. He said, as you know, for a second thing, even though they should not know that. But I gave an end to the control room for the very first time, despite doing some direct action himself. So it's like the officer's pointing to criticism that he was strangely inactive for one of the most active big bads in Super Sentai. He had for the first time decided to lift a finger for his personal pleasure. You see, I can write him in character. Don't penalise me in the reviews. Gimli fell down into that air after a long drop. So I have no idea how long it actually took to resolve that. Where am I? What's going on? Asked Kimberly, then frightened to see her nightmares. Renegade! Ah, my pretty, it'd be very, very nice to have you, said Renegade, who grabbed her immediately. Kimberly, what is she doing here? Asked Tommy, who was in chains for some reason. Tommy, said Kimberly. Boy, it'd be pretty interesting when they'll be killed by their own friends. You three will do, said Renegade. Now it's time to make you through evil and serve united lines of evil where so much evil is in them. No! Screamed Kimberly. I have to morph. Wait, I forgot to bring it, oh crud. Forgot your morpher? Yeah? Wow, even Renegade is baffled by her son's showing of stupidity. You don't need it. In fact, the way you're going to be mine. It's best you forget it and be mine, said Renegade, who held her. Next on my watch, let me go of me. Not on my watch, let go of me, you monster, said Kimberly. What? Kimberly went, said Tommy. How could you? Oh, wait, I haven't done anything to be evil. Why? Said Guy Ikari. Yeah, why is Guy's catchphrase under Akizuki's other works? Like every time he used it, one of the reviewers called him GG from there on in, which I will not be doing due to my habit of sticking to the text on screen. Foolish youngling, do you realize that evil exists in the hearts of men? All of them, said Renegade. I'll simply brainwash you while those two will become evil beyond evil. Now, how does that work? As said, that's why the orgs are born. That's why the biomes have the right to conquer the earth. Humans are the worst fallen bastards ever. Okay, I'm not sure what the hell fallen bastard is supposed to be. And also, you may have noticed I've subtly shifted Radigate's voice starting that line. He's no longer Galvatron, he's now the Doctor Who's enemy of the Master, as he was portrayed in the 80s. You're a monster yourself, to Kimberly spat him. Ah, my pretty, you're going to learn to please me, woman, said Renegade. Hey, now I'll give you a makeover myself. There was no beginning to that second statement. After said Kimberly felt goosebumps. Why, thank you, my pretty. Now it's time to let evil awaken in them. What that could not be mistaken as any kind of compliment or insults. Maybe she said, you're horrible. Maybe people responded to her saying, you're honest to yourself. So Maggie, she's brainwashing waves on Tommy Mikoto, restoring their evil tendencies. Tommy began to turn to the evil Green Ranger, holding a restored, hell-freed sword. Tommy's version was the Sword of Darkness. And Mikoto back to his evilicious self. Evilicious. That's the Guy Ikari who was tamed to be evils that were once in Burai and Mikoto. Even if the keys are gone, now stood darker versions of Gokai Silver, Green Ranger, complete with a restored Hellfreed sword, you already said that, and Abre Killer. Kimberly watched in horror at Raleig's sadistic display. Back the maze, the heroes ran into each other. Decker Break nearly beats up Shinken Gold by mistake. Where did Decker Break come from? Now in strife, little do they realize the maze had the dark taint of evil which is indirectly caused by Tommy and Mikoto's presence. What? Hey, watch it, said Decker Break. Hey, you watch it, said Shinken Gold. And then their rage began to build up. It didn't take long, even Go On Gold and Go On Silver were pretty close as siblings and fighting well. But Dan always likes you better, brother, said Go On Silver. No, he did like you better as usual, said Go On Gold. Same time, Quantum Ranger and Gal Silver started to shoot each other like crazy, both gone crazy by the endless maze that only the United Lines of Evil could end. I'm doing it there because, again, what does Gal Silver shoot with? He does not possess a gun weapon of any kind. He has his pool cue, but that cannot fire anything. So, and my Ranger began going berserk and fighting Magic Shine as well. Magic Shine and Decker Break are seen fighting each other. Weren't they just fighting different people? Forget about using smoky bright boy, said Magic Shine. Oh, shut up, Genie Wielder, said Decker Break. Okay, being brainwashed and not revert their wits to that of a 10-year-old. Oh, White Ranger 2 is going berserk as the original Kiva Ranger would. No, do we have to get him branded with a tattoo before his 10th birthday to cure him? Doing malicious gestures on Silver, so he's putting the moves on her. Hey babe, maybe you should suit out, said White Ranger 2. Ugh. In your dreams, fanboy, said Go On Silver, then kicked White Ranger 2. Now to see that although she's evil, she's not submissive damsel. Geki Violence and Geki Chop were also fighting each other. I'm a better martial artist, said Geki Violent. And new character, Geki Violent, the evil version. No, I am, said Geki Chopper. as MMAs transformed into arenas they continue to fight. Vertigo was in there where he was going to throw in a betting round. Ali and I were rounded up to watch the show. Back to a new sky base, the plan to rescue Guy Camille is now in action. We found a location, but I can't believe Kimberly forgot our mother, said Hochi. That girl can be ditzy at times. Sorry for the language. What language? Nothing about that can be viewed as sexist or racist or offensive of any kind. Hochi, I think I'll go with you. It's my fault Kimberly got kidnapped, said Trini. At least she's owning up to it, unlike some other characters in this story. I do have to admit she can be pretty forgetful sometimes. No problem, said Hoji. At least you'll feel less guilty when the mission is over. I take person for my actions nonetheless, said Trini. And me too, said Deputy Commander Guy. Like to see how this new guy is. If he is right that he could turn evil, maybe I'll help beat some sense into him. Trini, I guess going on this mission serves your punishment. Yes, sir, said Trini. Been on board the Golkai Galleon, said Captain Marvelous. It's after all our house as well for us Golkaijas. What the hell is it being a house have to do with this rescue mission? The Golkaijas, together with Deputy Commander Guy and Trini were there. Akira and Cole decided to show up. I think our time's to go too, said Cole. Akira and me can lend a hand when we're one. The Golkaijas boarded Golkai Galleon with Akira, Cole, Deputy Commander Guy and Trini. Kimberly, I hope you can forgive me for being rats, said Trini, still guilt-ridden. Thank you for being the extra angels we're now fighting like crazy. You mean they weren't before? Kimberly's still on a platform in her slave girl attire. Who changed her clothes? Could this get any worse than me forgetting my mother, said Kimberly, grew red with shame. Vertigo appeared on the platform, seated on his throne, where she was entertain his guests. Dance, slave, dance. He held her against her will for sadistic pleasure. Well, Kimberly, you knew I could really torture you that much in many ways. Only if you accept me right now, you can come down from our platform, said Vertigo. I think in Kimberly's case, even if I wasn't actually going to go through, I would pretend to agree each always so we could let him go and then beat him up. I'll never be yours, said Kimberly, putting on a brave face. I do have other alternatives. Everybody fight, said Vertigo. Burn with guilt as you refuse me then. Such a beauty is a waste to burn in the flames, literally. Police servants and civilians to be slaughtered in front of her. Kimberly witnessed some alien civilians were taken for entertainment. Vertigo took joy in seeing the situation, but now feral spandex heroes are fighting like crazy. They were all killed in cold blood. Okay, the way that sounds like the heroes were killed in cold blood, not the civilians. No! Stop! Stop! Shouted Kimberly. She began to weep sore at the sight. Kimberly was horrified. She could not speak at all. She literally just did. At all the unspeakable horror she saw as the civilians were murdered. The entire arena is now filled with contestants now possessed. Whether Quantum Range and Sam Range filled with villains. It were the ghosts of Shurikenja and that of Naruto. Okay, props to be off to acknowledging that Shurikenja is canonically dead as of Hurricane's endgame. Eric, why are you fighting against them? Both Super Sentai and Power Rangers are on the same boat. The boat of justice, said the ghost of Naruto. That line sounds way too melodramatic for Naruto to say. Hey, Kurama Kosei, on the other hand. I didn't choose you to replace me for a battle for nothing. Cam, listen, you're under mind control, said Shurikenja. I returned shortly after my demise to help the Aberranes and the Hurricanes just win. You are now in my place. Listen, Cam, get over it. In the process, Vertigo was getting disgusted with the lack of entertainment. Kim was trying to feel some relief, but Vertigo gave the hand signal, ordered the Green Ranger, Abe King, and Gokai Sora to intensify the show by attacking Samurai Ranger and Quantum Ranger, forcing them to kill each other. Okay. But in a nick of surprise, the Gokai Galleon appeared, causing the audience to run away. Deputy Commander Guy finally appeared and morphed into Black Condor. Red Conqueror helped him find the location. I'll leave you for now, but I'll come back when needed, said Red Conqueror. You will do what we came here to do, said Captain Marvelous, who called his team to do their henshin. Well then, long time no see, Vertigo. Missed me after you killed me once, said Black Condor. Curses, said Vertigo. But regardless, the arena is still mind control. Now it's time to put them into use. Well, Kimberly, watch the show and enjoy it while you can. She wasn't enjoying it before. Vertigo grabbed Kimberly and positioned her near the control area where he hopes to kill the others in one fell swoop. Well, my lovely, look and see your fate of your friends, said Vertigo. Now you'll share your immortality with me. Whether you love me or not is no problem. It's a stupid feeling that keeps most people deluded. And he has no self-awareness about lying since he's been lusting after her for the whole thing. And Green Ranger began to lead. Okay, Grimbley was in tears, but Gradagay could care less if he liked him or not. He somewhat was addicted to her sorrow, as any sadistic madman would hold a woman against their will. She could not speak a word in her fright. Green Ranger began to lead, but hypnotized heroes to devastate the Go-Kaitas. Go-Kaitas tried to reach 2 Go-Kai Silver, but to no avail. Trini morphed to Yellow Ranger 1, helping other endangered civilians escape. She didn't bring Kimberly's morpher so she could join the battle, or is Kimberly just going to be stuck in this damsel in distress role? Gayakari, remember us, said Gokai Red. You're not going to do a good job making him remember you by not referring to him so formal. I have no friends, said Gokai Silver. You will all perish. Gokai Silver began beating the crap out of the Gokai, just leaving them badly beaten. He then proceeded to scam them for roughly $900 in US dollars and get sentenced to 3 years in prison. Topical joke right there. Black Condor was in fury and decided to fight Gokai Silver barefisted. Guy versus Guy. Guy Akari, face Guy, said Black Condor. There is no Guy Akari. Only Gokai Silver, United Alliance of Evil, said Gokai Silver. Black Condor began beating up Gokai Silver with his bare fists. When Gokai Silver realized he hurt the people most important to him after Black Condor held him hard, making him stare at his comrade, his mind control broke while tears filled his eyes. Bullshit, his friends couldn't break the brainwashing, but some random dude could. In process, the others were elite as well, as Balagay praised him in unison. Why? Was the brainwashing specifically tied to guys? What have I done? Asked Green Ranger. Maybe you should ask yourself. You're under hypnosis. No time for that. Balagay has kidnapped Kimberly, said Yellow Ranger 1. What the? Said Green Ranger. That bastard. We must save Kimberly at all costs, said White Ranger 2. But we must fight, said Green Ranger, who began to play his dragon dagger in anger. I guess we have a task to do, said Gokai Silver. My view, leader, said Green Ranger. Follow your lead to finish the day. We're all pretty much worked out. What do you mean, worked out? Very well, then let's see how you do, said Black Condor. Interesting to see you fight, other guy. Gokai Silver began leading Green Ranger, White Ranger 2, Quantum Ranger, Gao Silver, Sama Ranger, Abre Killer, Dagger Break, Magic Shine, Gao Silver. You mean Boken Silver, right? Geki Violet, Geki Chopper, Go on Gold, and Go on Silver to fight. But not Shinken Gold, he's just sat there lying his lazy butt down. Dragon was seen threatening Kimberly by holding her neck. I do see, my lovely, there are consequences to refusing an evil overlord, said Radagay as he held her close. I said I'd rather be dead than submit to your evil desires, said Kimberly. Be disappointed I won't, said Radagay. Hey, just Bama Heroes entered into the room. What the? Said Radagay. Guys, said Kimberly. Tranza, Basco, Sally, Long, get them, said Radagay. Oh, do I have to? Said Basco, upset. Radagay fired bolt to show he meant business when he teleported to the control room with Kimberly. Kimberly taking it without saying much of a word to keep her safe. He was going to use her for some reason. Even now, as it points out, Radagay's obsession with Kimberly making no sense. Yes, sir, said Basco. He began to attack in unison with the powers of Gokai Silver's rage, having rampaged his friends against his will. I think there's a word missing there, or a word that shouldn't be there. Together, the others merged to one. He managed to beat out Long, Basco, Sally, and Tranza. Great fight, guys. Take that, said Gokai Silver. He beat Basco and Sally with his Gokai Spear. This meant it was Long's turn after a long turn. What? Maybe you can take some of my fury, said Long. You'll pay for making us hate each other, said Geki Vibes and Geki Chops. They managed to hit Long's weak spots. He managed to crowd on him, causing his claustrophobia to show up. Geki Violet threw Long into the air and Geki Chopper flung him towards Tranza. Being immortal doesn't mean invincible, said Long. He was also thrown against Tranza. I'll show them, said Valkyrie, and tried to use his power, but only to realize that a passion of Super Sentient Power Rangers defeated him and his cohort with a big blast. I told you it was a bad idea, cried out Tranza. Shut up, Tranza, said Valkyrie, who was flung out. And when we're back, you'll definitely all receive demerits and physical punishment. Valkyrie's not giving merit points now? What? Having a control room, Green Ranger changed to 0 Ranger 5 to cut the change. Wow, it's Vic predicted but Master Morpher of all things. Kimberly and him embraced, he averted back to Tommy. Trina's with him in 2. So Kim, I'm glad you're safe, said Tommy. Oh, by the way, really hot outfit. I'm pretty distracted. Yeah, you must be distracted. You're not going to comment on the facts that Radagate pretty much tortured her there. Oh, Tommy, don't say that. Well, I have to admit that I was pretty scared back there, said Kimberly, uncomfortable. But I don't understand, but I couldn't believe Radagate could go that low. It makes things worse he's lusting after you, said Tommy. And I doubt if I'll be his only victim that he has ever given up at all, said Kimberly. Sorry, Kim, I got you into this trouble out of being so rash, said Trini. It's alright, Trini, said Kimberly, reassuring her. Oh, Trini, I hope you've learned a lesson about straying away from orders, Deputy Commander Guy. Yes, sir, said Trini. Guy, Carrie, and Deputy Commander Guy finally talked for me as well. But I'm glad another guy can help us. Guess my son Joe would love to meet you, said Deputy Commander Guy. Thanks, said Guy Carrie with a sad face, seeing at what he did. The act isn't necessary. The other Rangers men helped the Go-Kaijers up. Just then the ex-Rangers fell into some kind of trauma after a battle of it. They fainted. They only had but a short recovery. Well, how kind of delayed a thing is this? Delayed trauma is this? The rescue team is there. Quick, you must get you people back to base, the Deputy Commander Gay, then lit his cigarette to ease his tension. Renegade decided to show his ugly head in person. Now it'd be dangerous for us. What was he planning to do? Oh, I forget it's about almost time to free Hoka from detention, thought Deputy Commander Guy. Nice to see that part of the subplot is going to end pretty quickly. At the new skybase, the Go-Kaijin in the infirmary section. Rangers who were influenced by evil entities were undergoing some kind of treatment as they had a delayed trauma. You already said that. Guy, your friends are in good hands right now, Chow. Mum will begin your registration soon. See you then, Guy. Me and Holy will eat out. Sorry if I beat you all like that, Guy. Because I don't deserve to be part of a team anymore, Guy. Don't be too hard on yourself, Guy, said Captain Marvis. You are under mind control. I'd be doing the same in that situation. Deputy Commander Guy will be glad to have you around. We're so proud of you leading the others to victory. You did us a great favor, said Doc. But Basco is back. I wonder who'll be next, said Joe Kipken. I wish we had our Go-Guy change back, said Doc. You may be stealing the powers of others, but now we got something more than Go-Guy change. We got Go-Guy pals! I'm digging because you're about to see who said that at the end of the sentence, and it's one person who would never say anything that sappy. After all, he did bestow a timeline back to normal by preventing what legend was, so the Go-Guy keys should be gone for good. They're called the Ranger keys, not the Go-Kai keys. Let's not think too much about it, or everybody's horrible memories will return, said Luca. Kai simply wished the Go-Kaijers will get well soon. And that's the end of the story, but there's an author's note here, of all places, instead of at the start. Author's note, this episode is where Kai first appeared. No duh. Felt like that while Operation Suicide was too brutal episode, this one is meant to be darker and to at least start showing Radage's savings in a much higher degree. And Kimberly's predicament shows how hard he can be towards women he fancies. Remy was obsessed with Maria, but she received no better treatment. Okay, but he didn't chain Maria up and turn her into a sex slave. Hey, but it is what people got annoyed about in this chapter, because they like to exaggerate what he actually did to her into him raping her, but there's nothing in this author's note or in the text that indicates he did that, just that he took her captive and changed her clothes and proceeded to make her watch her friends kill each other. And so that's still horrible, it's nowhere near as depraved as people like to make it. If he finds him too hot, he may decide to play around until he retires, but then, as of this fanfic, very not likely for Kimberly, but we'll see. Also here there's a chance to build a new chemistry between Tommy and Kimberly as well. A scene where Kimberly forgets some more to Umiko's predicament in Deca Ranger. And by predicament he means something she did all at once, which he seems to think is a regular trait. As the ghost of Shurikenja, here's my little explanation. Though it may return to Revenge of Aberranger versus Hurricaneja, it misconstituted like Guy's return as a ghost in Go-Kaija. You mean the one thing you wrote out of canon because you didn't like it, and yet you still ripped it off? How do your standards work? In short, here he was a ghost, so that's a little bit of that. Also, the Go-Kai's injured here is supposed to have to the Shinkens except Takushiba, as well as Jaden out of Takushiba's carelessness, and the retroactive entry, not exactly Samurai, which have allowed Takushiba to lead the Power Rangers Samurai team for one episode. First, this happens to be the longest chapter I've written so far, but not the longest video in the series, since it's actually on the shorter side of considered some of the longer ones. XP, I'm not sure what that means as of right now. My corrections are still needed, as well as suggestions of what fans want for future episodes. Okay, so this fig is not only gets in his archive for. I'm not going to give suggestions since he's not going to hear them. But I will say this chapter, while still terrible, especially with its premise that it does pretty much nothing with, if it's not as bad as people say it was, I think there's still worse chapters than this, like the detention center ones, and they're just characters just being cruel for no reason. Whereas, and yes, Renegade kidnapping Kimberly and changing her clothes and turning her into a sex slave is despicable, but it's expected behaviour from him because he's the bad guy. Yeah, the character who's supposed to be an asshole. Anyway, hey, thank you for watching. Join us next week for Chapter 33, the USS PRA's Gruesome Dilemma. And I don't know when Chapters 34 and 35 will be coming out, but however, I'm planning to book guests for them to make up for this one, not having the voice lines I promised. So I'll see you in the future.